Hello there, I'm Bekupin and you are watching Rappler. Today is August 26th and we are again in lockdown, at least us here in Metro Manila. It's a less strict version of the lockdown, but for the most part, our movements are still limited. And for our own safety, we only go out if it's essential. So think about that scenario and think about how that works when you're producing a movie or a TV series, a TV show with a slimmed down but still medyo huge gathering of cast and crew. How do you make that happen? Well, our guest today, malamang makakasagot siya kung how you make that happen. Please welcome back to Rappler ABS-CBN's Entertainment Production Head and the Head of Star Magic, Laurenti Dyogi. Hello, sir.
Hi, Bea. It's nice to see you again. Ang tagal na, parang isang taon na nung huli tayo nag-usap. Tama ba?
Parang isang lifetime ago na yun. Start of the year, pero it feels like a lifetime ago kasi ang dami nangyari na tong 2021. Sakto. January 2021 yung last that you guested on Rappler. But yeah, a lot of things have happened. As I mentioned kanina, nasa lockdown po tayo ulit. Pero kamusta? Kamusta, sir? Kamusta ka? And how is ABS-CBN Entertainment?
Una-una, magandang araw sa lahat ng nanonood sa Rappler. It's nice to be back. Kamusta ako? Okay naman, buhay pa. Nakatayo pa kami. We've never been as busy and as active. Hindi ko akalain na kahit merong lockdown at may pandemya, dami rin pa rin namin ginagawa. So, medyo busy, medyo harass pa rin. Pero okay, we're happy that we're still alive.
Yeah, I think we talked about this the last time that you were on Rappler. And ako na-amazed din ako na parang, di ba, after the shutdown, syempre may a few weeks and a month siguro of like silence and then like sunod-sunod na ang dami ng shows that were being announced, that were being released. A lot of shows have just wrapped up, I believe, no? May marami ng web and TV shows that have wrapped up for ABS-CBN. So, again, talking about like how that happens. I think we talked about this briefly the last time, lock-in tapings. How does that work? Lalo na ngayon, ito nga, may bago na naman tayong challenge in the form of the Delta variant, despite, the efforts na i-ramp up yung vaccination. Ayan, ito si Delta, hindi nagpapapigil.
Alam mo naman, Bea, di ba? Ang crisis is a good teacher yan. Talagang diyan ka sinusubok pag may crisis. Diyan kami, we're lucky that we're hit by both the pandemic and the shutdown and forced to really be innovative. At survival pinaglalaban namin buhay at kabuhayan ng maraming tao. So, since last year, we were on survival mode, and with that talagang kailangan ituloy lang yung resilience ng kumpanya. I think napatunayan namin yun na kahit anong mangyari, magsisilbi kami sa publiko. So it was also an advantage na yung learning curve namin sa pagharap sa pandemic nauna na. We learned it earlier on last year. So marami nang in place, although medyo nakakatakot itong Delta variant. Yeah. But the protocols are practically the same. Doble ingat lang sa lahat ng tao. But yung training kasi nandun na ingrained na sa amin yung habit. And kumbaga second nature na ngayon para sa mga producers namin, sa mga taong nasa mga programa, kung ano yung gagawin. So naging advantage sa amin na lumusob kami sa gera last year pa.
Alam mo, sir, naalala ko nga, parang if you talk about innovation, like one of the most innovative adjustments that you made was obviously PBB Connect. Like, who would have thought pwede pala magpo-audition ng PBB nang hindi ka pumipila, hindi ka nagpapakita, tas it was all done through Kumu.
Yeah, with 170,000 people wanting, being able to serve 170,000 people. Talagang lumawak yung sabi sa iyo, pag meron talagang nagsasara, may maraming nagbubukas. O akalain mo ba namin na we will partner with a lot of from Channel 5 to A to Z to the different OTT platforms, sa iFlix, sa WeTV, sa dami naming partners ngayon at nakakatuwa yung opportunities na di-discover din namin because of what happened to us and to the entire nation, to the entire world. So, ayun, adjustment is, we were forced to change our business model. We were forced to change in the way we do things. So, okay pa rin. somehow itong nangyayari para sa akin.
So, nag-wonder ako kasi recently may na-encounter nga ako ng discussions, about how people are coping with the pandemic. And I think like, one thing that people are experiencing is that when you're on survival mode or when, gipit na gipit ka na, it's hard to be creative. Paano nyo na-overcome din yun na parang, like, even if you are fully on survival mode, like from last year, di ba? Hanggang ngayon naman in general, I think the industry is very much operating under the mode of survival, di ba? Parang how do you make sure that creativity still fosters?
Eh, alam mo, as I said, di ba, yung crisis naman talaga, yan ang you become more creative when you don't have the right resources. Actually, we're just going back yung sa cycle. Full circle na ako nung nagsimula ako sa ABS. Halos wala naman kami pera nun Halos lahat hiram din. So parang it's right now, ganun naman na nangyayari. Although we're in a better position kasi kahit paano we build a brand for ourselves and people trust us as a content creator. So hindi na siya yung creativity lumalabas. Actually ang problema namin, Bea, because of the pandemic, yung mental wellness ng tao ang naging problema Siyempre yung dati kasi kahit gipit ka, 'di ba? You can get together, you can brainstorm together. Ngayon being virtual, yun ang challenge. Medyo mahirap. Marami akong tao na ang issue namin from artistas to team is really the wellness of everyone. Kahit naman ako dun sa anong yun na depression and yung languishing yung feeling mo. So
Yes.
Yun ang kalaban. Pero pag malakas yung support system, naging malakas din naman yung support system namin We had a shared experience sa kumpanya because of the shutdown. Medyo tumibay yung aming lalong samahan. So I think that also work to our advantage.
It's really that community, no? Kahit na hindi kayo pwedeng magkita in person, parang it's very important to maintain that community. And speaking of community, syempre yung segue ko. Parang ito nga, kasi parang I don't think a lot of people fully understand how a lock-in taping works. Like ano yung protocol nun? So yung pagkasiguro yung alam lang ng mga tao, lock-in. So hindi kayo pwedeng makipag-mingle sa ibang tao given a specific amount of time. But how does it work specifically for ABS-CBN Entertainment when you say lock-in?
Well, the basic idea is to create a bubble. Okay? When you say a bubble, siguradong yung mga nandun sa mga taong magkakasama at yung sa lugar kung nasan sila, walang nakakapasok na hindi dumaan sa protocol na in-establish ng production. So, a lock-in taping is not it's normally, kasi dati, ang sistema namin, taping ka today, uwi ka sa bahay, babalik ka ulit sa taping kinabukasan, so may ganung cycle every other day. Ngayon, ang nangyari, since we were also forced to do 12 hours of taping, work hours namin ngayon 12 hours na dati 16, 18 hours Ngayon 12 hours in a day. So, kailangan magkakasama sila sa isang lugar, sa isang location for an X number of days. So, that could be from 2 to 3 weeks. Okay? From 2 to 3 weeks, dun lang sila, na we house them, and then nandun na malapit yung lugar kung saan sila magtatrabaho. So, 12 oras sa trabaho. So, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., uwi sila sa hotel, papahinga sila, kinabukasan, it's the same cycle. So, they work for 3 to 4 days, 5 at max, and then break. And then so that's one cycle. Isang teleserye nabubuo yan ng multiple cycles that could depende sa length of programa that can be 3 cycles. So, ngayong buwan is 1 cycle, uuwi, kunyari, so August 1 to 15, tapos pahinga ulit ng 15 days sa bahay nyo, mag-quarantine din kayo. Tapos, pagdating ng next month, may panibagong cycle. Hanggang sa matapos namin. Ang advantage ngayon ay nakakan namin yung marami sa mga programa namin. Like yung Init na Magdamag ngayon, fully canned yan bago umere, which we never did before.
Yes.
Now we could do that. Our scripts are advanced. Napaplano ng maayos kasi nga dahil strict 12 hours So yun ang
Yes.
nangyayari ngayon. So that's what we call a lock-in taping na in cycles.
Yes. Is that is it easier? I feel like para sa mga artists and maybe the members of the crew, masaya din siya, no? Kasi at least parang may window ka na, okay, trabaho. And then may window ka to actually be alone, spend time with your family or whoever. But from the production perspective, has that made it easier or harder?
Hindi naman to totally new, no? Dati ginagawa to like pag nagsushoot abroad. Forced ka naman
Yes,
talaga
yes,
doon.
of
Pupunta
course.
kayo doon. Then you're forced to stay there until you finish it. Diba? Whether it's a movie or a TV show. Is it harder? Actually, nabago yung sistema. Lahat naman, yung hirap naman nandun lang sa adjustment dun sa bagong sistema. But right now, I don't think we'll get out of it. We find efficiency in it. We find
Right.
advantage. And even sa mga artista, sinasabi nila, nakaka-focus sila. Kasi
Totoo.
dati, nung uwian, di ba? Ngayon, bibitaw,
Yes.
ano. Ngayon, medyo nakafocus sila dun sa role nila, nakafocus sila sa character nila. It's easier for them in that way. Although, minsan kasi, pag tapos ng isang cycle, matagal yung balik. Like ang nangyari dito sa naman na bago, yun naman ang nireklamo ng iba, yung momentum nawawala kasi natagal nung balik. But, wala tayong magagawa doon. Nangyari, nagkaroon ng
Yeah.
ECQ. Wala, we're forced to adjust to that. Yun.
Yeah. Kung makasabi ako ng tama kanina, yung tama ako based on my interviews with other artists also, di ba? Na parang, because I asked them about it, like what's the experience of a lock-in taping. I think for a lot of them, it gives them more time to really immerse sa character nila and
Correct.
to develop like a relationship with the cast. It's easier kasi parang wala kayong choice eh. You're forced to spend this amount of time with each other during a cycle, di ba? So, parang
Tsaka
kahit pa
Bea,
paano the chemistry.
dadagdag mo dyan, they tend to be more caring sa isa't isa, tsaka they look after each other. Kasi nga parang dikit-dikit isa lang magkasakit sa kanila, apektado ang buong
Right.
production. So
Right.
everyone is very responsible.
Parang it all goes back, sir, no, to fostering a community na, di ba, the community of ABS-CBN Entertainment, the community that's locked in during a taping, parang looking out talaga for each other. So, yun, parang sir, almost a year of lock-ins, right?
We started,
Kailan mo nagsimula?
I think May or June eh. Sumugod na kami, May or
More
June.
than, a
Yeah.
little more than a year of lock-in taping. So, like, may mga tweaks ba tayo since we started? Like, what's worked? What hasn't worked for
Yun
ABS-CBN?
dati longer yung 1 to 5 days first bago mag-break. Ngayon parang efficient, mas 4 days and then break. And then go back again a cycle of 4 days within that cycle. May marami adjustments sa protocol. Like yung,
Yeah.
everyone, a lot of our people are vaccinated. Not everyone,
Yeah.
but a lot are, siguro 90% already vaccinated.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. That's good. So, but up to now, hindi pa kami umaalis dun sa kailangan ka mag pre-entry swab, PCR swab. At saka meron kaming within, at saka yung exit swab. We still do that. We still do. Hindi naman namin tinanggal kahit vaccinated na yun kasi it's for the safety of everyone.
So, kumbaga parang naging added layer of protection lang yung vaccination talaga.
Oo. Tapos because of the Delta variant, dapat tatanggalin na namin na vaccinated na, tatanggalin na yung PPE. Hindi, binalik pa rin yung PPE pa rin. So, wala naman mabago. Whether vaccinated or not, we still follow the same protocols, the strict protocols that we've implemented from the start. Kasi because of the variant nga, hindi natin alam paano. So, ang daming breakthrough infection din. So, ingat din kami. Di ba? Nag-iingat kami.
Right. Ito sir, kasi syempre kung it's if it's a show na fiction or if it's a TV series, right? Or a teleserye, parang mas madaling i-imagine yung lock-in, yung parang you can the entire show or like huge chunks of the show. Pero paano yung mga live variety shows? Kasi the more I think about it, the more I realize that, live variety shows such as Showtime, ASAP, parang heart siya ng Filipino entertainment, di ba? Parang it's a gathering point for a household or a family. So how does that work? Under the pandemic, syempre, una sa lahat, wala ng audience or hindi na parang dati na talagang punuan yung buong studio ng audience. So how have we adjusted taping these variety shows?
very conscious ang management, especially our
Mm-hmm.
president and our CEO, si Carlos, si Tita Cory, na sa mga panahon na gipit ang Pilipino, nakakulong sa bahay, mas importante yung makapagserbisyo tayo ng maayos sa kanila. It's more important to help them, cope sa kanilang isolation sa mga bahay. So talagang ano kami, laban na let's go and entertain and do live shows.
Right.
Sa kaya sa showtime ay nangyari, pinili talaga namin na kung hindi kami pwede dahil ECQ sa Metro Manila, pumunta kami sa Clark. Okay, we were
Yes.
able to, because we really wanted to go live, because we feel it will be parang disservice if magre-replay kami, yung mga tao kailangan
Mm.
na ng relief at this time, kailangan ng connection. Yun na lang yung mabibigay namin sa mga tao na kahit papano nasa bahay kayo, pwede pa rin kayo with our new segment na madlang people na involve ang public. Hindi wala tayong live audience, pero we involve the public through technology, which we did with where they can be part of the game. At the same time, may mga virtual screens kami, di ba? Para lahat ng tao kasama pa rin. No? You try to simulate naman the presence of a live audience because their physical presence would not be possible at this time. And I don't know when that will be
Yeah.
coming back. So, tsaka kailangan, di magkaroon ng hanap buhay ang mga tao, yung mga yung
Right.
mga camera, yung cameraman, yung crew, lahat ng ano natin. Pag tumigil tayo, tigil din ang kabuhayan ng mga taong yan. So, pili talaga to produce and to create content and go live. So, itong mga live shows natin talaga naman, in fairness sa mga host namin, sige, the sacrifice of being locked in also in Clark, just so they can go live on a daily basis during the ECQ, talagang ginawa naman, di naman kami nahirapan pakiusapan o kausapin sila to go to Clark and do a live show. So happy naman, although happy naman sila doon kasi nakapag-bike daw sila pag ano.
Oo, sir, parang ano rin yun kahit pa paano for them. Parang very, very small sliver of hindi nga siya normalcy, pero parang at least tikim ng konti ng buhay na hindi ka isolated lang talaga sa bahay mo all the time. No?
Ano yun
Pero paano,
go ahead.
yes, sir,
Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Ano yun trabahong bakasyon at the same time. Di ba?
Totoo.
Meron silang chance na magkaroon ng exterior life because Clark sa free zone medyo pwede silang magano niyan, yung sa labas. Kung sa mga bahay-bahay nila, hindi naman sila makakalabas, diba? So at least they had an
At least in
opportunity.
their bubble, sila lang din yung nagmimingle.
Correct.
Pero sir, what do you call this? As someone who's directed and produced shows yourself, right? Like, gaano kaya iba yung wala kang audience interaction, you don't have literal warm bodies accompanying the crew and the staff for a show?
Sa showtime, especially in showtime, importante yung madlang people na dyan. Ano dyan. At saka even in ASAP, iba kasi yung energy, dumudukot ng energy yung artista dun sa
yung mga naghihiyawan.
Maghihiyawan sa mukha nila, sa ngiti nila, sa reaction nila dun sa ginagawa nila. Any artist draws a lot of energy from them. But unfortunately because of the safety, wala tayong magawa ngayon. Talagang kailangan mag-adjust. Kailangan din protected lahat naman. So, ngayon nga, with a virtual screen, with a virtual audience, kahit papano, meron silang maliliit na mga mukhang nakikita. That gives relief pa rin naman sa ating mga artista. And ayun, we need to cope with how it will not be like that this forever. Hopefully, slowly we'll bring in, probably 10, 20, kung ilan na pwede, di ba? Sa sa Everybody Sing namin, we're allowed 25 contestants. Right. So that's practically 25 members of the audience and contestants already at the same time. So slowly, Bea, it will get better.
Alam ko sabi mo, sir, matagal-tagal pa ata. Pero like, may timeline na ba kayong tinitignan na parang maybe eventually we can reintegrate a crowd safely for live shows?
Akala ko nga, bago mag-Delta variant, slowly, di ba, with the vaccination. Pwede na. I was very hopeful the last quarter we would slowly bring back our audience. Pero nangyari yung Delta variant, we can't do anything about it. So, hinay-hinay muna. Baka naman next year, first quarter, second quarter, we can only be hopeful.
Yeah. I'm just going to read a comment from someone. I think Mylene was reacting to what you were saying earlier. This is from Mylene Martin Mandana. Something better came out of the crisis, challenges like what's happening to ABS-CBN. And now, congratulations. Carry on, Mr. Dyogi. We're praying for you. Ay, naka-flash on screen. Ngayon ko lang
Um,
nakita yung innovation.
salamat, salamat Maylene Mandanas. Thank you very much. Ganyan yun sa buhay natin, di ba? Pag may dagok, susuko, tuloy lang. Bangon, tayo, go on. You don't know no, the good things that might also come. Diba? Minsan dinadamdam natin yung sakit pero yung sakit na yan titibay ka dyan. Lalakas sa titibay. So I'm proud and I'm glad the challenges that we face really didn't, totally put us down. I'm proud of our management. I'm proud of our team na talagang mahirap Bea. I'm not saying madali, pinagdaanan sobrang. I'm sure makaka-relate din ng mga taga-Rappler, di ba? Mahirap. But really, Filipinos are survivors. We can't just say, I'm out. We're not quitters. We just have to move on because there are a lot of people na nakasalalay sa atin. Yung mga tao namin na kailangan ng hanap buhay, yung audience na humihingi rin naman ng tulong in terms of, may aliw at may at for news and entertainment. Hindi tayo titigil. Hanggat kaya, gagawin at gagawin.
Ang lahat na. Laking bagay nun, Hak. Ilalaglag ko isang colleague ko kasi parang may isang reporter sa Rappler na when it's a bad day, when it's a stressful day, she watches Ray Nanay. Specifically, hindi lang Showtime. Hello, Lian, kung nanonood ka. Malamang hindi kasi katrabaho siya ngayon. Pero hindi lang, like specifically, she watches that. And it makes her feel better, diba? Like it's I think it's a way to also reconnect to, normal life, life
connection, before. Emotional connection, di pwedeng mawala talaga yan. Yan ang gives us some relief to survive the hardship.
Yeah.
Salamat for watching Ray Nanay. Actually, it's one of our successful segments that we were able to put up during the pandemic. Si Ray Nanay. Talagang
naka-leave pala siya, hindi pala siya nagkatrabaho. So, makakalahati ng mga views ng Ray Nanay sa YouTube, sa social media. Joke lang, Lian. Sir, parang we were talking about this briefly kanina, yung PBB Connect. I think that's one of the shows talaga na kahit ako nung napapanood ko na yung clips or yung mga recap, parang I can't believe they pulled this off in the middle of the pandemic. This was before vaccinations were rolled out in the Philippines. This was a very different world. Syempre, umiba na rin yung mundo ngayon, months later. So, what have we learned from mounting such a huge production in the middle of a pandemic?
Unang-una, salamat talaga sa partners natin like Kumu, di ba? Naging lifeline niya ng PBB. Kung iisipin naman, kung titingnan nyo naman yung konsepto ng PBB, that's the safest bubble. Kasi they're all confined in the house, nobody gets in, nobody gets out until you're evicted. So it's really, it's a safe place. Yung crew rin namin, yung staff and crew, sila lang yung napunta rin sa bubble. Dati kasi nakaka-uwi sila. Ngayon hindi na sila uwian until siguro 3 months. Nagkaroon kami ng cycle na 3 months. Pero nandun din yung challenge kasi pag isa lang may breach of the protocol at pakalusot doon, yun, apektado lahat.
Yes.
So yun yung but really, I think conceptually, Big Brother is the best kind of a program during the pandemic kasi controlled, ang in and out, you're able to create that bubble and it's a safe place for our staff and crew. Although, mas magastos kasi syempre, alam mo naman, protocol cost is very yan ang expensive. Yan nagdagdag sa namin sa
and that's across industries. It's not just the entertainment industry, but like everyone, right? Like we're affected by
pero OA kami sa protocol. OA kami sa PCR swab. I think kami lang yata yung pinakamaraming PCR swab sa mga ibang kumpanya. I have not heard of, sinasabi nga ng consultant namin, she doesn't know of any other company that does as much swabbing of the staff and crew on a regular basis. So,
No, no, even sir in the news department, hello to my friends from ABS-CBN News. Parang sobrang regular na talaga ng parang nakagawian na lang talaga ng buhay nila. I think every 2 weeks they regularly
correct,
get swabbed. So
correct, correct, correct,
it's very important but also
correct.
magastos.
So
But
it's a,
I also appreciate na how in PBB na-incorporate din yung quarantines, na-incorporate yung mga scares or whatever, yung mga precautions, na-incorporate sa storyline ng show kahit papano, di ba?
well, you
So
need to
yun.
educate our public din naman. Kahit entertainment yan, we want to be able to serve and give information. So, tama rin naman. Ngayon, importante talaga yung you use all platforms and content forms to educate our public and to help them cope with a crisis.
So speaking also of things that have changed since we last spoke to each other in January and today, since we spoke officially na nag-debut na our P-pop groups, BGYO and Binia finally launched, and then kailan ba yung concert nila? I forget but they have an upcoming joint concert
Yeah.
on
November.
November.
7.
So they have an upcoming concert. So what's in store for them? And siguro broad strokes na lang kasi kung hindi nyo alam, dalawang hats na yung hawak ni Sir. So like what's in store for them? And
They've been very busy with sunod-sunod na launches ng Beanie and BGYO. Tapos ngayon they're all preparing. Nag-comeback na ang BGYO. Tapos they're all now preparing for the album drop. They're finishing recording of the songs. It's a full album. And then they're also shooting additional MVs. They're guesting. They're promoting virtually and guesting. Dami nilang ano. They've been invited left and right. And then they'll be preparing for the November 6 and 7. And hopefully they have a concert abroad sometime the latter part of the year kung matuloy at mapayagan na sila. So, ang daming nangyayari sa kanila during this pandemic. Isa sila sa mga prolific na artist namin kasi hindi tumitigil. Actually, naging advantage din yung wala ibang pwedeng gawin kundi mag-training at mag-aral and their lockdown. So, kaya lang, siyempre yung pagod naman yung inaalalayan namin sa mga bata.
Oh, kasi sir, I remember like, and I was when I was researching them, actually Isa, one of our reporters wrote stories about BGYO and Benny, like the effort they put into just learning how to be who they are now. Kasi parang syempre nakikita ng mga tao, ang galing sumayaw, galing kumanta, galing mag-perform. Pero grabe ilang taon din na effort yun no, para umabot sa puntong yun na talagang...
At tuloy-tuloy yun, Bea, ha? Tuloy-tuloy yun. Hindi yung tumitigil. Hindi porke marunong ka ng kumanta at sumayaw, titigil ka na. Hindi. Excellence ang ano natin. In the next 5 years, they should be talagang sobrang new benchmark of excellence in performing. So, okay naman itong mga batang to. They're nag-aaral din yan online.
And actually,
correct.
On top of their promotions?
Yes. And Akira's in college already, and I just learned the other day na Dean's Lister siya. So, very proud kami dyan sa mga bata. Biruin mo, sobrang hirap na pinagdadaanan, nakakapag-aral pa. Ang dami nila, and they're learning new songs, iba-ibang lengguwahe pa, kasi may version na Bahasa, may version na Thai, may version na Japanese, may version na Spanish, yung isang lang kanta. So, inaaral nila lahat yan. So, and then they have to look good on cam, di ba? So parang, wow, bilib din ako. Sa bagay, bata pa naman.
Bakit naman ganun, sir? Kasi nung college ako, parang hindi naman ako part ng grupo, hindi naman ako nagpo-promote. Bakit hindi ako DL parati? Bakit naman unfair minsan ng ano? Si God minsan may favorite, sir, no? Ganun lang sir yung explanation natin.
Baka yung discipline. Mas relax tayo ng mas relax na yung batch nyo noon siguro. Binabalanse niya, enjoy. Ano na kayo noon? Sila ngayon naman talagang halos trabaho, aral lang talaga ginagawa nila. So, sakripisyo.
Grabe, so I didn't fully realize that they are still studying on top of, their job, on top of practicing.
That's our commitment to their parents. Even if we put them in training to perform, they will go through schooling because this will not be forever naman. They won't be singing and dancing forever. So we want them to have a good fallback sa kanilang future. So, commitment namin sa mga magulang nila yun. So, yun. Mababaitin ng mga magulang kasi ng mga bata. So,
So it's the least you can do also to ensure na no matter what happens, the education is still there.
yes,
We're about,
importante may dunong yung talents.
yeah.
Diba? Hindi pwedeng wala kang dunong. Kasi when you open your mouth, you have to be able to say something and share something. It's not always singing and dancing. They are youth representatives and role models sa mga kabataan. Kailangan ano sila, paghirapan nila yung kung
Kasi
nasa sila.
idols nga, hindi lang enough na talent and aesthetics yung pagiging idol nila. So we're about to enter the last quarter of 2021. Just ko, ang bilis-bilis ng panahon. Most of it in lockdown or in our houses. So, syempre, top of mind, you have Darna. It's about to start shooting next month in a few days. September na pala in a few days. But with other projects and shows or movies also,
Nako,
should people na pwede mong sabihin, sir, kasi lagot tayo
oo,
kay Sir Kane. Kung may
hindi, okay
masabi
lang.
kang
Okay lang, pero nakakahilo. Isang platform gusto mong unahin natin sa Free TV.
Free TV. Free
Then,
TV.
of course, our mga tentpole projects. Of course, Darna is there. Provinciano is still there. So we still have
Oh,
Provinciano.
yes.
Uh, hindi talaga matitibag yan si Cardo. So, and then Darna, of course, Darna as a major project. So Jane
Yes.
Jane De Leon was already pulled out of Provinciano so that she can start training and start shooting by latter part of September, October for Darna. Of course, major yung Broken Marriage Vow namin, which is our
Oh,
franchise
yeah.
with BBC. So it started already. It's first cycle of lock-in taping sa Baguio. So we're very happy with that. Kathniel is already scheduled to grind next month, September, for the soap, which we will air soon as well. He's Into Her is, of course,
Yes.
season 2 of He's Into Her we will be shooting that at the Star Cinema starting last quarter. And then naming projects partnership with the different OTT platforms. So plus we have YouTube content. So ang dami naming ginagawa ngayon actually nakakahiya. Plus ano na ba? Pwede ko na ba sabihin? Hindi ko ba? Parang unahan ko yata. Alam mo na yun. So marami pang iba na i-announce pa lang. Ayoko lang unahan, Bea. Baka mapagalitan ako ng mga producers ko.
Usap na lang tayo, sir, off-air. Tas i-verify natin sa mga kay Sir Kane, kung pwede na bang i-announce yung
Parang
mga
hindi pa eh. Alam ko Saturday yung major announcement namin. But we have one major announcement coming up on Saturday. Plus the Beanie BGYO concert as well. Ano pa ba mga marami we're actually sobrang kasi multi-platform na nga yung siniservice namin, hindi lang free TV. Yun yung major thing din. We're now starting to produce content na 8 episodes lang na 45 minutes. So marami kaming mga ganun, yung mga Netflix type of content. Kailangan mabuhay, gagawin mo lahat.
Yeah. No, but it's also parang ang saya rin yung playground for creatives na 'di ba parang biglang you have an opportunity to create yun nga like a mini series or a limited series as opposed to parang in the olden times. Kung maka-olden times 2 taon lang yun. In the olden times 'di ba parang more or less ito lang yung format or medyo limited yung formats na pwede mong i-explore, 'di ba?
Tsaka ibang audience, di ba? Iba naman ang audience sa ibang platform. So we're able to explore that. Saya, actually, looking back, minus all the pain and but daming blessings din naman na nakuha namin. And slowly, we will get back to where we are. Maybe not definitely not the same as before kasi ang dami na nabago eh. Dami talaga nabago. It will never be the same, but we will continue to create a lot of content. Really, we'll be everywhere and anywhere. So it's just proven that we will survive. But no matter whatever hindrances, We will survive and we will continue. Kalaban lang talaga namin sarili namin. Pero mo kung bumigay kami lahat noon, kung talagang sumuko kami, sinabi, sige, stop na muna tayo till better times. We wouldn't have become a better and a stronger company. So happy naman.
Right.
Very happy.
Right. Siyempre, sir, I'm gonna close this interview with a philosophical question. Kasi nanonood ako ng ABS nung bata eh. So, siyempre, idol ko yung mga interviewers ng ABS-CBN na minsan philosophical yung huling tanong, no? So, sir, yun nga, parang given the wild 2020, the wild 2020 and, so far, how 2021 has been both nag-stabilize ng konti tapos bigla naging unpredictable bigla. Why entertainment during in the middle of a global pandemic, in the middle of a crisis as big as the coronavirus pandemic?
Why? Because hindi lang naman physical well-being ang kailangan. Importante rin yung mental. Actually, mas importante ngayon yung mental and emotional state ng ating ng mga tao. And we know naman that entertainment is one way that people are able to cope with hardship. It is also not only to escape, but it also gives them yung parang meaning of life. Art form naman eh. Art sa mga importanteng panahon na ganito, siya yung nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon na magbigay sa atin ng importanteng lessons about how it is to be human, how is it to be connected with other people, how is it to live life in hard times. So through entertainment, through the magic and the power of telling stories and good stories and inspiring stories, I think yun ang importante sa panahon ito. Mabigyan ng hope, mabigyan ng pag-asa ang ating mga tao na times will get better. That this will not, the hardship will not be forever. And we go through that with good music, good songs, good stories, artists you can relate to, everything that will entertain you. Sa tingin nyo, entertainment lang yun, pero ang laki ng tulong nun sa ating well-being, sa ating mental state. So more than ever, entertainment during crisis, hard times, is kaya yan na-invento dahil sa hirap ng buhay. Kaya yan nag-flourish. Yeah. So I think we've proven that also this time. So we will always be here. Nandito kami para magbigay ng ganyang klaseng serbisyo sa ating mga Pilipino, sa ating kapamilya, sa ating mga kababayan, so that somehow we were able to give relief during hard times.
Shared experiences and keeping that community alive, even if we're literally cannot see each other and cannot.
Correct.
Cannot be an actual.
Correct. It's a way of forming that community, as you always say, diba? We are able to tell stories na lahat tayo nakaka-relate, pinag-uusapan natin pa rin yun. Thank you, Bea, for being able to bring that out as well.
Kanina pa kami nagtatanong ng mga questions sa mga nanonood, pero walang question. Puro salamat lang daw. Puro mabuhay kapamilya yung mga comments. So thank you to everyone who's watching. Thank you, sir, for giving us time and joining us again. Thank you guys for watching this. Follow ABS-CBN Entertainment. Diba? Ako yung nag-promote.
Salamat.
Follow ABS Entertainment across different platforms. Marami po silang platform on social media pa lang. For updates, follow Rappler for more interviews like this one. This has been Bea Cupin. Please get the vaccine as soon as you're allowed to. Stay at home as much as you can, if you can. And please stay safe. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys. This has been Rappler. Bye!
Thank you, Bea. Salamat po.